Hey y'all, today I'm going to make a spicy Thai chicken soup. Don't let the Thai name turn you off if you don't care for Asian type foods or if you think it's too difficult. It is very simple. This is a recipe that I came up with on my own. It's very tasty, it's anti-inflammatory, it's got a lot of good nutrients in it, and it is not difficult using grocery store ingredients and farmers market produce. Welcome to Heritage Ways, y'all. I am Miss Katie. Heritage Ways is where we honor home, celebrate heritage, and spread hope. Our content, whether it's on Instagram or Pinterest or our website heritageways.com or YouTube or on Patreon, is all about home and heritage and hope. A lot of our content revolves around food, meeting at the table, family meals, sharing stories with one another, meeting friends through sharing meals. And today I'm going to share with you a recipe that I created, and it is actually found in my cookbook. So if you have my cookbook, then you've got this recipe. If you need to purchase the cookbook, haven't done so yet, there is a link in the description box down below right under this video, so you can find that. I won't be typing out the ingredients for you in the description box or on our website this time, but you're welcome. If you don't have the video, if you don't have the cookbook, you're welcome to follow along on the video and take notes. But I do encourage you to buy the cookbook. My cookbook is 150 something pages, 8.5 by 11. It's about 205 recipes. There are hints, stories, heritage stories. There are menus. There are party ideas, hosting ideas, hospitality ideas, and just a lot of family approved, family friendly foods that I've been serving my family through the years. So this cookbook, or this recipe, is from my cookbook, Spicy Thai Chicken Soup. So I'm going to bring you in a minute, and I'm going to just let you see what I'm doing in the Instant Pot. Now, this recipe was created before I even knew what an Instant Pot was, before it was on the market. I created this recipe years ago. I am only doing it in the Instant Pot now because it's convenient. I'm just doing it on, I'll be sauteing the vegetables on the saute mode. And then I'll just be cooking it in either the soup or the broth mode or the slow cooker, because I'm just going to need to cook it down a little bit. So this isn't a pressurized recipe, and you do not have to have the pressure cooker. Really, the stovetop is what I typically use this for. But I'm making just a traditional chicken noodle soup for one of the children who is not feeling well over here on the stovetop. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and let you know as I'm working what I'm sauteing, then what I'm adding. I will tell you that I am making a little bit more than what my recipe, measurements today. That's actually in the cookbook. So I'm kind of 1.5 to doubling the recipe today. So if you're watching this and you have the cookbook, just telling you that in case you are confused. Now you'll see that the Instant Pot is not as clean as sparkling clean. That's only because I just cooked the chicken breast in it, and it had the chicken broth, and I just took that out and didn't rinse it. So that's what's going on with that. We're going to put about 3 tablespoons of a good coconut oil. This happens to be an organic. Now the refined coconut oil is going to be one that doesn't have that coconut flavor as much, and then the unrefined is going to have more of a flavor. So a lot of people that think that they don't care for the coconut flavor, they cook with the refined, and that's probably I have both in the pantry, so a refined or an unrefined. This is good for medium-high heat. So we're just going to, I've got this on saute. I have 1 chopped white onion. I prefer a sweet onion, but this isn't. This is what the grocery store had, a white onion. I've got about 1.5 cups of mushrooms that I've washed and sliced. I have a video on the best way to do that, wash and slice the mushrooms. Then I have 1 cup of organic red pepper. Also have a video of the best way to cut the red pepper as well. So I'm going to saute these 3 ingredients in our oil after it melts. A few seconds after it's ready to saute. A few seconds after I add the vegetables, I'm going to add a couple of pinches of this, the chili pepper flakes, red pepper flakes. Okay, now we're sauteing, sizzling in there. I'm not going to stir this a whole lot because I don't want to break up the mushrooms. I could have added them after I sauteed the onions and peppers for a little bit. So either way. And isn't this spoon precious? A friend of ours, actually her name is Miss Katie, in Missouri, she gave us this spoon. I don't know if you could see it, but she punched in the words Heritage Ways. And she gave Little Miss Homemaker, well, all of us really, some things that were personalized, and I love this. She punched it in, Heritage Ways. We have our signature wooden spoon line. Alright, so I'm going to just really sweating these down. I'm not looking for them to be brown. Just kind of sweat it out limp. Add those couple of pinches of red pepper flakes. Give it a little bit of a stir so I can reposition the vegetables here. Heating up the red pepper flakes is going to waken that up a little bit. Alright, our next ingredients are going to be about 6 teaspoons each. Now, the original recipe calls for 4 teaspoons each, but I'm going to put 6 in today. I've got the garlic paste, lemongrass paste, and a ginger, minced ginger or ginger paste. 6 teaspoons of each. Now, if you these are found in the produce section of a lot of grocery stores. Just your standard grocery store. Good to have in the refrigerator, keep a long time. If you have essential oils and you're comfortable using that, don't have lemongrass, you can use this essential oil, a couple of drops of lemongrass essential oil, if you're comfortable with that or want to do that. Alright, so let's do the garlic here. 6 teaspoons of each. You know that's 2 tablespoons. I don't measure it. I just eyeball it, and I think it's going to take all of it too because it's about empty. Alright, you're fogging up over there. That's the fog getting on the camera lens, so I should probably pull it back, but let me get this stirred up first. Okay. Alright, the steam is going to go away as I do what I'm about to do. I'm going to add my chicken stock, about 4 cups. Recipe calls for 3 or more cups. Now, I never buy chicken stock that's got MSG. These are 2 store brands that they're not as good as homemade. Oh, those spices are smelling wonderful, especially the lemongrass. These chicken broths are not as good as homemade, obviously. And they're not the best chicken broth on the market. I think the best is probably found in the freezer section I found. But these 2 that I'm using today don't have any MSG, and they don't have yeast extract, which is another word for MSG. All right. So what I'm using today is a Swanson crafted roasted chicken broth, and also a little bit of this Kitchen Basics original chicken broth. Okay. And if I want to, I can add about a cup of water to make it go a little bit further. I probably will do that. Okay, I know you can't see in the pot very well, but I want to tell you what I'm going to add next. So next, I'm going to add a tablespoon of red chili paste. Actually, today what I have is red curry paste. Spoon won't fit down in there. So I'm going to add red curry paste, about a tablespoon and a teaspoon. You can find that in the grocery store in the Oriental Asian section. Okay. Now, I'm going to add about 2 teaspoons of honey. I developed this recipe, number one, with things I had on hand one day at home. Number two, because I was trying to do a low inflammatory soup. And I came up with this. Right, I still have this on the saute setting so that the heat's a little hotter than it would be on the slow cook setting. But again, you're probably going to do this on the stovetop. Okay, the next thing is coconut milk. My recipe calls for 1 to 2 cups of coconut milk. I'm going to add this whole jar. It's a 13-ounce jar because it's what I have. So you can go by a recipe to a T, or you can modify it to suit what you have. Because, let me tell you this, this calls for 2 teaspoons of fish sauce. And I typically have fish sauce, but it just so happens that the last time we went home to Middle Tennessee, I gave a lot of my ingredients, pantry ingredients, to my son Morgan and his wife Lyndon, and I gave them the fish sauce because I don't use it on a regular basis, and it was taking up real estate in my small pantry, and they do, I knew they would use it, or at least they had more space to keep it. So look at this wonderful coconut milk. Look at that. So I don't have the fish sauce. It does make a difference, but I don't have it, and I didn't want to keep that from keep me from making the soup. So we're making it without the fish sauce. A little fish sauce goes a long way. So to have a container of it, a jar of it, you know, it lasts a while. Okay. Now, what makes this Thai flavored is the coconut, the red curry paste or the red chili paste, the lemongrass. And again, you can buy that in the produce section of the grocery store. Then we're going to top it with some wonderful toppings that are used in Thai food. Okay, what I'm going to do here to make it go a little further is I'm going to half fill this with some pure water and put that in here. All right, that's more like 2/3 or 3/4. Okay. Oh, there he goes. Woke up Mr. Patient. Sorry. He doesn't know what's going on over there. He's trying to sleep. I'm going to add, the recipe calls for 1 to 3 chicken breasts cooked and shredded. This actually is 2 organic chicken breasts. So that's what I have. That's what we're using. 2 instead of 1 to 3. It's okay. It will be enough. And then I'll bring you back and show you how I top it. Okay, friends. Serving up the spicy Thai chicken soup. I want to point out This is not an ad. This is just to show you this amazing handmade ladle from my friends the Polders. I'm going to put a link down below so y'all can go check them out. Look at that. Is that not, that makes you want to make soup, doesn't it? Okay, I'm going to dish up some of this, and it didn't have to cook long. You know, everything is cooked. You just want to heat everything through. And then I'm going to show you how I top it. Look at this. Okay, now I'm going to show you the toppings. This is essential to the soup in my opinion. Okay, I have lime wedges, or if you just had this from the grocery store, that's fine if that's what you've got. Fresh lime wedge is better. I've got fresh cilantro, so good for you, cleans out those toxic metals, and it's just so tasty, makes a difference. I read the other day, or I heard the other day, that cilantro is the most used herb worldwide because it is used in so many different world cuisines. I mean, this was, I think, a show about Norwegian cooking that I was watching, and it said that, you know, in Asia and European countries, and American country, everywhere, all cultures, this is the most used cilantro. Isn't that interesting? Now, I like to use fresh basil, but I don't have that, so I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of my dried basil on top of the soup. And these are unsalted peanuts that I've just chopped up, so I'm going to top the soup and try it out for you. All right, I'm going to add the dried basil first. And the peanuts. Oh, this makes such a difference in Thai food. Squeeze of the lemon. All right, let's try it out. It's gonna be hot, but it's going on. Oh, I can already tell the flavor is amazing. I like the heat that I have on the back of the throat with the red curry paste and those chili pepper flakes. You can back off on those if you need to. Love this so much. So healthy, and it's beautiful. That is so good, y'all. You've got to try this. My spicy Thai chicken soup. I hope you will come back next time for more content about home, heritage, and hope. Bye, y'all.